and welcome to Caravan Escapades. I hope everybody's keeping safe and well. What I want to chat to you about today, or what I want to give a try actually, obviously diesel's going up, the cost of fuel's not great, and obviously the performance, or the MPG that you get out of your vehicle with the Caravan on the back, has probably for me become more and more apparent. This time when we go away to France, we're really kind of cutting down on what we're taking so we can try and save weight. But obviously I've got the big GLS, which is a big old beast there for pulling the camera. Pulling the camera? What am I talking about? Pulling the Caravan. So with the Caravan on the back, I'm getting about anywhere between 18 and sort of 20 miles per gallon. What I've seen, and what I saw on Dan Trudgian's video, and I'll see it down below, is he's used some of this STP, basically STP performance and protection, and what it is, it's a concentrated cleaner, ultra 5-in-1 diesel system cleaner, basic and lubricity improver. So saves fuel, restores peak performance, clean deposits, reduces wear, inhibits corrosion. So I'm going to give this a go. It's about 2 weeks till we go to France, so whether it'll give it a chance to kind of work, who knows. But what it says STP Ultra 5-in-1 is our most advanced formula, engineered with STP Wear Guard. It contains a special blend of high performance detergents, cetane improvers, lubricity improvers and corrosion inhibitors, designed to bring the best in your car. Directions: pour entire bottle into full tank, treats 50 to 60 litres. Now it's supposed to do this every 4,000 miles or 6,400 kilometres, suitable for all diesel engines including DI, IDI and common rail. So I'm a bit unsure what to do. It says put in a pour entire bottle in a full tank, treats 50 to 60 litres. Problem is, that's a 100 litre tank in there. So I think what I'll do is, I've got to go and put some fuel in soon anyway, so I reckon it's probably got about 10 litres in the tank at the moment, somewhere between 5 and 10. So if I stick 50 litres in, so we'll stick 50 litres of fuel in there, that's still going to cost me about 100 quid. Anyway, so 50 litres of fuel in there, then put this in, and then we'll give it a go. What I'll probably do is report back on future vlogs, or just sort of drop some quick shorts in there to let you know how we're getting on. But I'm off to the garage shortly and we'll put some of this in the car. Okay, so we're here at the petrol station. We're going to fill up with fuel now. You can see down there we're kind of nearly empty. And this stuff says treats 50 to 60 litres, so I'm going to put in about 55 litres and we'll see what that gets us to. So let's head out to the pump. In fact, I think what we'll do is we'll put this stuff in first. So let's get this open, peel this tab off, try to hold the camera while I do this. There we go, put my finger through there. So literally, let's just get it straight in the tank. It's plugging away. And that literally is it. So that's in. Let's chuck that away. We don't need that anymore. Let's chuck that in the bin. 198. Oh god, is that what it is? Yeah, 198. So let's take the diesel. Let's stick 60 litres in, or 55. Let's wait for it to be authorised. So there's 55 litres, £109.33 for 55 litres. I could cry. Anyway, so that's that. So let's see how we get on with that. So I'll go in and pay and come back to you in a bit. So let's see what that 55 litres has given us as starter up. So kind of just below, about 2/3 of a tank really, I'm guessing. So let's just kind of go through everything and reset. So there's the trip, reset trip, yes. Consumption, so there we go, reset values, yes. And then reset values, yes. Okay, so I'm not going to drive the car any differently than what I have been doing, so we'll just see how we get on. So I've put the STP Fuel Performance, not there anymore, but I put that in the car. It did say do it on a full tank, but treats 50 to 60 litres, so I don't know whether that means I need to get 2 of these and do it on a full tank, or whether I can get away with doing it how we've done it and put around 50 litres, 60 litres, sorry, in the tank and put it in and see what it does. The best thing to do is probably report back to you, either in another vlog or just do a shorter vlog, see how it gets on. I kind of guess it's going to take a few miles to work its way into the engine and start cleaning and that sort of thing anyway. The interesting fact will be when we're on our way to France in a couple of weeks time, see if we get any better performance from the car MPG wise with the Caravan on the back then. Well, I'll come back to you, let's see how we get on with this stuff. So I wanted to give you a quick update on the STP Fuel Additive diesel cleaner that I put in a few weeks ago. As you saw when I initially did it, it said to treat a full tank of petrol, but the full trouble is it said that's 50 or 60 litres, where the tank on this car's 100 litres. So I only put 60 litres in and mixed it with the diesel. So I started to run around in the car, didn't really see any immediate results, and to be fair I wasn't expecting to, because this needed to kind of work its way through the engine. Used the 60 litres up, not really sure if I saw any difference after using up the 60 litres, and I don't think it was until I'd probably used about 100 litres that I did see any difference. And yeah, I am seeing better MPG, steady running around, that sort of thing. I think I'm probably getting 2 or 3 miles to the gallon. Not very scientific, but just watching on the dashboard from what I used to get. So 2 or 3 miles to the gallon more, I think, than what I was getting before I put the fuel additive in. Not with the Caravan on the back though, not had the Caravan on the back yet. We'll be doing that this afternoon when we're heading off to France, so hopefully I'll be able to give you an update then whether we're getting any increase with the MPG whilst towing. So I'll see you in a bit. Now we've got the Caravan on the back, things don't seem to be much better regarding the MPG. We've been doing, we've done about 114 miles now, been going for about 2.5 hours. I've kept it at a steady sort of 58 all the way down. 95% of the driving we've been doing is motorway or dual carriageway. And at the moment I'm getting 17.8 miles to the gallon, which is kind of about what we were getting beforehand anyway. Did go up to down the A1, did go up to 18.3. Now whether this has got anything to do with the fact that it's the hottest day of the year, it's July the 19th, temperatures officially have topped over 40, but we've seen temperatures reading on the car dashboard of sort of 45 and tyre temperatures up to about 50 degrees. So is that a factor? We do have the roof box on, which we normally wouldn't have with a Caravan on, so that's probably going to cause some issue anyway. So, you know, would I have had worse MPG? But considering the kind of improvement I've seen without the Caravan on the back, I was at least expecting some improvement now. But we'll carry on trialing this throughout the next kind of couple of days, and we'll see what happens, and I'll bring you some more information. So just a quick update on the fuel economy. We've gone 195 miles now, we're not too far away from Dover, and we did get up to 18 miles per gallon. We're actually, sorry, 19 miles per gallon. So we went up from kind of 17 point whatever to 19 miles per gallon. Normally in the car I'd get kind of 18 miles to gallon, getting 18.9 at the moment. Now could be because it's getting later in the day and the temperature's dropping a bit. We've used about a third of the tank of fuel, so obviously there'll be that weight that's gone from the car. So yeah, potentially a very small improvement in using the fuel additive cleaner compared to not using it. So it's a little bit hit and miss, but we'll come back to you and let you know if we see any further improvements. Okay, so a new day, weather's slightly different. We've been travelling along. We started off again this morning, used just over half a tank of fuel. Temperatures dropped quite a bit. It's kind of about 21 degrees at the moment and it is a bit wet and drizzly outside, but I'm now getting about 20.5 miles to the gallon, so it has increased a bit. And again, that's probably a couple of factors: less weight of fuel in the car, and also with it being a little bit colder. But we'll keep you updated. We're 50 miles in, 52 miles in fact since we set off this morning, and we're now getting a good 22 miles per gallon, so I'm quite pleased with that, particularly with the Caravan on the back. I think it is going to be a case of the weather and the fact that we've probably used, probably used somewhere in the region of 2/3 of a tank of fuel, so we're not carrying around as much fuel again. But it does look like eventually we are getting some improvement using the fuel additive. So just to update you on the fuel situation, it's actually our third day in France. We kind of had a day off yesterday at Euro Disney, so we've driven 200 miles. Swap driver, so Claire's driven probably for 2/3 of the time today, but keeping at the same sort of speed, so even with a different driver. And we got a full tank of fuel again, or we did when we started off. We got a full tank of fuel again. We'd actually got extra water on board as well, because I kept the water boiler filled up as we were kind of going to stop again, so we got water boiler and a bit of water in the flush, so probably increased weight as before. And we've got a consistent 20.7 miles per gallon all day. It started off a little bit lower, but then after the first sort of 30 miles it settled in at about 20.7. It has risen to 21 miles per gallon and kind of dropped down to 20.4, but it seems to be consistent about 20.7, so that is slightly better than what I'd normally be getting with this car and Caravan. We'd normally be getting around about the sort of 18 miles to the gallon, that sort of thing, so maybe it's a positive for the fuel additive. Maybe it has had an effect, but we'll do one final check with you on our kind of almost last leg down south, and then we'll come back to you in a bit. So today it's been very different driving. We've been driving through rural areas and we've driven through the Alps. We've come down through Grenoble, that sort of thing. So it's not been the kind of constant 58 miles an hour on the motorways, lots of stop starting, up and down, backwards and forwards. And actually quite pleased. We've returned 18.2 miles per gallon. We did get up to 19 and it did drop off to about sort of 17. We've done 180 miles. I'm chuffed with that, 18.2 miles per gallon. Whether we'd have got that before we put the fuel additive in, I don't know, but yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I was expecting to be returning something like 15-16 miles per gallon. So just to bring you a last segment on the fuel additive, the diesel cleaner, that sort of thing we're being used. I haven't recorded anything on our journey back up through France because I wanted to kind of give an overall impression. Now we've done probably just a little over 1,000 miles since leaving Estoril, and I haven't had as good fuel economy as we did before. Basically we've been getting between 18 and 19 miles per gallon, so didn't get anywhere near the sort of 22 that we did a couple of times on the way down. What are the reasons for that? I'm not sure. I mean, overall we've done 2,000. We're about 5 miles from home now, and overall over the 3 weeks we've done 2,000. Hang on, let me have a look here. We've done 2,263 miles, so it'll be about 2,270 by the time we get home. Majority of that being with the Caravan actually on the back, and we've returned 19 miles per gallon exactly. Is that good? Probably is for this car, to be fair. Has the diesel additive, diesel cleaner made an impact, made a difference? Difficult to tell, to be honest with you. I felt it did beforehand. I felt it did without the Caravan on, and I felt it was on the way down, but I'm not 100% sure on the way back. You know, yes, we've got a little bit more on board, things we bought, but nothing drastic on the way back up. Probably rather than driving at sort of 58 miles an hour, I've been driving at 60, so that could have an effect, that sort of stuff. Would I use the stuff again? Probably just from an everyday point of view, just to try and get a little bit more MPG out of the car. One of the things I've noticed certainly is the fact that it is running smoother. It does feel a little bit more responsive, does seem a little quieter as well. So even from that point of view, I'll probably use it again. I think it was £12 for, well, it's £10.99 I think, and you're supposed to use it every 4,000 miles. So yeah, you'll have to take your own conclusions on it. Is it worth giving it a go? Yeah, give it a go. If you fancy giving it a go, give it a go and report back. Let me know how you got on. So we'll bring that one to an end as we're nearly home from our 3-week epic trip to France. We're glad to be home, but we do miss France. We're glad that it's warm back here in the UK, but I'll leave you guys with it anyway. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that useful. I know there's been a lot of bits and bobs and lots of little short recorded bits about the economy that I was getting at the time, and it's not really that conclusive. So, but I hope you found it useful anyway. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Tick what am I talking about? Hit the notification bell, give us a thumbs up. Thumbs up are great, helps us certainly promote the videos and get the videos moving. So thank you very much once again. You take it easy and we'll see you next time round.